You ready? No.
I was born in a musician's family. My father was a tabla player, and from childhood I was grown up in the environment, and we began with singing, classical vocal, and the tabla. Around the age of 3 or 4 or something like that, we began. And then around the age of 13 or something, I started learning the sarati.
So I was studying in a master's program. I was studying African drum music and composition and a whole lot of other music-related subjects. And my girlfriend at the time said, "Hey man, why are you studying African music in Boston? Let's go to West Africa, study there." Yeah, right. So moved to West Africa for a couple of years. And studied West African drum music there. Then I moved to India for thinking 6 months, and it's been over 20 years now.
Born into a music lover's family. My mother was very, very fond of music, but she always felt she didn't have a good voice. So she left it early in life, and she found out that I was singing in tune because we were 4 sisters and she used to teach music to everyone. So that way you can tap the talent, you know. So she found out that I was the one who was quite musical, so I had a master coming home to teach.
बदरिया घेरिया बदरिया घेरिया आई रे हो कैसे खेलन जई हो सावन में कैसे खेलन जई हो सावन में कजरिया बदरिया घेरी आए गोरिया कैसे खेलन जई हो सावन में कजरिया
okay, when we say make a full-time career in music, we all know that music is not enough to really feed you and give you a regular income. So it's going to always be, a supportive income rather than a full-fledged income. But maybe I took the choice of not going for money, but for recognition and perfection in music.
Did you think of doing something else than music, since it's a family tradition?
Well, I didn't have an option as such, but down the line I wanted to be a writer, composer, and I ended up doing both of them also.
शाम के नाम से भूल गई अपनी धाम ढूंढ रही शाम को.
The whole energy of music has something behind it which is provoking the whole phenomenon of music to happen. And I was curious to go to that dimension. Gradually, well, it may be only unique to me, to somebody else he or she may experience it differently. But I felt that there was a dimension behind the whole need for making music, or even the need to hear music. Then crossing that dimension as time went by, I discovered that there was another dimension, it went on until the point came when I realized that all that occurs in music, or even musical thought, even as a thought, is born from a state of silence, and that silence is not the absence of sound.
परब्रह्म हविः ब्रह्माग्नौ ब्रह्मणाहुतं ब्रह्मणेव तेन गन्तव्यं ब्रह्मकर्म समाधिनाः.
Like I say, for an artist, I think headspace is the most important feature. To have time to live in that world of creating stuff that doesn't exist, to bring things into the world that come out of the realm of the imagination. It needs time, man. You need a lot of time to do that kind of stuff.
नई झुलने की छैया बलम दोपहरिया बितैला हो बलम दोपहरिया बितैला हो. नई झुलने की छैया बलम दोपहरिया बितैला हो बलम दोपहरिया बितैला हो.
What's funny is when you learn an art form in an institutional setting, it tends to the academic setting tends to suffocate a lot of that youthful exuberance, on which your energy, your power comes from. And then you go to music school and people tell you that you suck, you don't know anything, and start all over again. And it kind of puts the fire out. You know, it's more about one-to-one. Like the Indian thing used to be, you had a relationship that lasted years with your teacher, and you know, you inherited a whole worldview.
I had a male guru.
Oh, okay.
He was one of the, we call it stalwart, one of the, founder gurus of Kirana Gharana, which is the school of music. And at that time, Bombay University used to take the biggest names in each gharana, and then they would pick a handful of talented students to give them an audition, and then put them according to their voice qualities to the various gurus. And then you would impart a one-to-one teaching. Not like in a class when there are 15 people and you're teaching. You cannot impart professional music. You cannot impart music that will make them into performers.
When I teach, I try to take, for me teaching is but a reverse learning process for me. While at the same time I try to infect the students with the same virus which I got. And try to tell them that, the phrases and all that. Try to make them listen to the silence, and in the very act of listening, you would perform much lesser than what you would have normally performed. Because you begin to listen to what you play, and you also begin to listen to the music which is going to come to your mind. You've already pre-listened to them, so that capability of being able to see the energy which is coming to you.
Shamali Lolazar Bashad Bamachi Shamali Lolazar Bashad Bamachi Zemestanish Bahar Bashad Bamachi Negar Jan Intazar Bashad Bamachi.
I can live without a lot of complexity and have a very rich inner life and a rather simple material life, which suits me fine. I've been on both sides of that equation. I've lived in luxury, I've lived in much less than luxury, and somewhere on the simple side, I tend to see that life's much happier than being concerned about property and cars and drivers and stuff that you own that you don't want to lose but might.
सबसे बड़ा है हर कंट्री में गरीब नहीं हमारे यहाँ से ज़्यादा कमाते हैं।